In the swirl of life, we discover often that we are not the parent that we wanted to be. That it just happens. All of a sudden we lose it and yell at our kids, or we're unfair because we just can't be bothered to get up out of the chair. That happens to me a lot. I just can't. I just don't want to stand up right now. And so I'll say no. Sometimes it just happens. We are in the midst of real life. We're tired, we're busy, and we make decisions that we wish we didn't. And so the question becomes, what do we do then? What do we do? We feel guilty that we messed up, and we feel sort of stuck in terms of how to rebuild that connection with our kids and to move on. And I just want to say there is such significance in an apology. Not just because we need to say sorry and move on, but because we have an opportunity when we mess up to teach our kids about what it looks like to fix it, to fix our relationships, to seek God and change who we are. So if you find yourself accidentally yelling at your kids or being unfair or doing something that you think, nope, that was a bad call, you can either sit and beat yourself up about it, or you can go to your kid and say, you know what? I let selfishness be in charge of my heart right now, and I would rather sit down than get up, and that's why I made that decision, and that was wrong of me. I should never let selfishness take over, and so I'm sorry. And I talked to God about it, and he sort of pointed out those things in my heart, and I just want to come to you and say, I'm sorry that I did that. Will you forgive me? How can I build our connection with each other? When we frame it for our kids, the messing up is a part of life. It's not a question of perfection. It's not a question of them always doing things right, and if they don't, well, then fail. That's life. Life is trying and messing up and apologizing and wanting to be better and different and constantly wanting to be transformed into more and more like Jesus. And we can tell our kids that. We can tell our kids about how when Jesus was being beaten right before the cross, even in the midst of that, Jesus managed to keep his heart right, and I didn't this time. And I'm sorry. And I'm going to work on that, because I want my heart to reflect God, and I want our relationship to be the way God has designed it, which is full of love and right discipline and strength. So if you mess up, apologize and move on. It's expected. You're not perfect, and neither am I.